Hey guys, Seton HVAC here. So what do these numbers here mean, and why can they help get you out of a bind on a job if you're out of pipe? And let's say the parts house is closed, you don't have any, and you need it to finish a job. Let's go over this. So if you know what this is, and you know what this is, you can build a piece of pipe out of a straight piece of sheet metal. Now, knowing this dimension is just the start of it, but we'll get a little deeper in. So this is pi, okay? This is what determines your circumference of a circle, right? So you can use 3.14, which is okay. What's even better is 22/7, because that's a more accurate number, okay? That's pi. So let's say you have 6-inch pipe. 6-inch pipe converts to 6/1. You would times that by 22/7, your pi, gives you your 132/7, right? That equals 18.85. 19 inches is close enough. If you cut a piece of metal at 19-inch width, that is going to be what you need for your circumference for 6-inch pipe. If this was 8, you'd do the same thing. 8/1 times 22/7 would give you a different number. You'd be, I don't know what that equates to, 20 something, the low 20s, okay? So if you know these numbers, it can really get you out of a bind, or you could even do the math on all your basic sizes of pipe and keep yourself a cheat sheet on what you need, okay? So using these numbers, I'm going to show you how to make round pipe out of flat stock. Maybe you're out of round pipe and I need I need another 12-inch piece, or, it's not going to quite reach. If you have just flat stock laying around in your truck, you can make a piece of round pipe and get yourself out of a bind real quick, and get the job done so you don't have to go back. So let's get into it. I'm going to show you how to do this very easily and very quickly, and at some point in your career, you might have to use this. So remember this. Okay, guys. So using that math we used earlier, we want to have 19 inches from this line to this line, okay? I added 1 inch on the other side, and I added a half on this side, okay? If you flip this over, I have a half just on that side. So what I'm going to do first is we're going to make a half-half pocket for this half to go into. So let's go over to the brake. So the first thing we're going to do is find our half. Now that's the half that's on the back side. We're going to bend that in like so. Okay. Then we're going to bend that down, not too hard, because you want to be able to get metal in there later. Then flip it over. And then you're going to bend that in. Okay. And what you did is you just made yourself a half-half pocket to accept the other side. Okay. So that's it. So between here and this line here, we have 19, okay? That's our 6-inch round pipe. Now, this is a scenario, like I said, let's say, oh, shoot, I'm, in this scenario, I'd be like 4 inches short of 6-inch round. Don't have to go to a parts house, don't have to go back to my shop and get something. You can do this with hand tongs too, but I'm going to show you my brake. It's a lot easier. So it's always good to have a portable brake on site, guys. I strongly recommend that any sheet metal job that you're doing, just bring your brake with you. These are very portable. So anyway, how do we make this round? You can't just bend it, that won't work, right? So what I do is I put it in my brake like this, and then I just use the edge on my brake. See that? I just line that up and just give it a little bit of a memory. And you're just going to continue on all the way around. Just bring it out and just give it a little bit of a memory. Little bit of a memory. And you're going to work it all the way around Now, if this was like 4-inch pipe, something smaller, you would make the bend on it more because it needs to turn more abruptly. So I'm not going to waste you with all this. Let me get this all bent for you, and then we'll be back. Okay, guys, we're back. So let me just hold on a second here, making sure that my video is rolling. I couldn't see the cursor. So you see what I did there? Now, basically, you want to do about a 1/2 inch of a relief, and see what it did to that. Okay, so the reason why we added 1 inch and 1/2 to the other is you're doing your half pocket on your one side, and then your other 1/2 inch is going to go in there. So then you just put those together like so. Okay, and you just made yourself 6-inch round and got yourself out of a bind. And you can do this with larger pieces. Sorry about that, guys. I got distracted for a second, or interrupted, I should say. So anyway, in closing on this, just put your relief bends you can do this with hand tongs too. That's why I said if you have a short piece and you're lacking, you can do this. You can even do it with your bar fold too, and just put it on the table. And if you got like a 24-inch bar fold, you can do up to a 24-inch piece of pipe just to get you out of a bind, guys. This isn't something you'd be doing all the time. But in closing, yeah, put your relief cuts about every 1/2 inch. You're going to add 1/2 to one side, and you're going to add 1 inch to the other to make your pocket. You can either, screw this together where it goes in, or you can just tape it. It'll mastic it, whatever. This will get you out of a bind. I've had to do it before. Not often, but I have. But I just made myself a piece of 6-inch round pipe that I did not have before. So let's go back to these formulas, guys. School did help us somewhat. I don't know how good it is these days, but when I was in school, they taught us this stuff. So, and it's not something I just Googled. I learned this in school. I retained it. So, if you want to make 6-inch pipe, you're going to times that by pi, and that's going to give you what you need for your stretch out, your length of metal. 18.85, 19 is close enough. You're going to add your inch and your 1/2. It'd be 20.5 would be your width of the piece of pipe you want to make, okay? Another cool thing that we learned in school, okay? Let's say you have an 8-inch pipe that you're running, and you have to convert it to rectangular. You don't have your ductulator on you. It's, you're going to have to use your brain, right? So, hold on a second, guys. Okay, guys, sorry about the interruptions. My daughter's not at daycare today, so we're kind of working and watching her at the same time. That's why I'm not out at that relocation job today. So anyway, in closing on that, so let's say I took my harness off because I can show it to you better this way. So let's say you have an 8-inch pipe and you need to convert to rectangular. You don't have your ductulator, which does all the math for you. So how do we determine area of a circle? Pi times radius squared, okay? So it'd be 22/7 times your radius of 8. So 8, half of your width is your radius, right? So it'd be 22/7 times radius, which is 4 squared. 22/7 times 16, because 4 squared is 16. Put that over 1 so you can multiply these together. That gives you 352/7, and that gives you 50 inches of area, okay? Well, so then we want to find a duct that's going to work with that, right? So we're trying to convert 8-inch round, right? So 50, what will equal our 50.28? Well, we got 5 by 10 duct will be 50. 4 by 13 duct, wait a minute, I did that wrong. 4 times 13 would be 52. That would be better. 4 times 12 is 48, so that wouldn't quite give you enough area. 6 by 9 duct would be 54 square inches. That would work. 8 by 7. So you could take that with any size, right? So let's say 10-inch pipe would be 22/7 times 5 squared. So basically that would convert this to 22/7 times 25/1, and it give you a different number, and it give you a different square inches. So little formulas to help you guys. I'll hold it there for a second if you want to take a snapshot of that. These little formulas will help you out in the field. If we don't keep using our brain and we let calculators and Google do everything for us, we're really going to get stupid as a species because our brains aren't working anymore. They go over this stuff in school, I'm sure, these days, but probably nothing like they did when I was in school. So, yeah, we got to keep our brain sharp. We gotta keep using it. You know, we're not just monkeys in construction. You know, we do a lot of thinking. We do a lot of thinking on the fly. We have to be quick on our feet, and you know, I think that's why most people age fast, is because they quit using their brain, especially with all these little supercomputers we keep in our pocket. We're getting dumber. So it's very rewarding to do this by hand and write these things down and do it yourself. It's just like when you go to like Home Depot or Lowe's, and, you know, somebody stops and asks me, you know, you need me to find you something real quick? Yeah, it's convenient, but you know what? I like to keep my brain working. I'm going to find it myself, because that keeps my mind sharp. So I won't harp on that too much, but I think that as a society, we're relying on all this technology to get us by. You know, GPS for when you're driving, all this other stuff. You know, we've driven somewhere 100 times and we still don't know how to get there. It's pretty dumb. So in closing, guys, I'm glad I could show you how to make this. That's what this is all about, is, you know, showing you ways to get you out of binds in the field, and show you some of my little tricks. So thanks for watching, guys.